Do you know what Disney adults are, Ravi?
Are they like the sort of choir type people that take their kids to like Disney plays and stuff? And
No, they're usually like married couples in their 40s or late 30s, 40s or whatever. They're married to each other. They don't have kids, and they just spend all their money on going to Disneyland like 4 times a year or whatever, as many times as a year as possible. And they just love Disney. They have heaps of Disney memorabilia all over their house, and they just go to Disneyland all the fucking time.
kind of sounds like someone that you would maybe meet.
No,
And if that was their thing, you'd be like, I can deal with that. Like some blokes like to meet a chick that likes sport or,
I could probably deal with that. Like, like I haven't watched a
well, if
Disney
that
movie
was
in a
their
very long
thing,
time, but like,
it's like twice a year, we
I
gotta
could,
go, no kids, and I don't care. You can do whatever you want to me apart from that. And you'll be like, to marry this chick, that's pretty good terms. Oh.
yeah, I'll be like Aladdin was good. I'll give you that.
And every year you got to get another picture with like the Goofy or whatever with you guys being like this and
It's like, hey, if she's paying for the trips to Disneyland, let's go for it. Disneyland.
she's a fanatic. It's like, she's a full fanatic. She's been into it since she was like 5.
Yes, no, well, look,
So you're saying these people are out there?
these people are out there. I may have met one.
Go for it. I reckon that's a good safety net.
No, didn't work out. All right. Anyway.
You're like, no, it was too weird. It was too weird.
Yeah, well.
Like after like the 3rd year, oh man.
Mate, I won't get into nothing. What's up, everybody, and welcome to All for Footy, the AFL podcast where good friends gather and gab about last week's games, this week's games, and everything in between. You can find us on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify, so go please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your host, Nathan, Mr. 9 out of 9 Norman, joined, as always, by the Big Daddy himself, Daniel Reeby. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, Mr. Nathan 9 out of 9 Norman. I'm just a little bit. Well, it's hard to explain, but I've sort of jumped on another team, as you can see by the shirt I'm wearing.
I can see the shirt.
I just need to let Rick know that I'm not jumping ship. This is just my prediction for the rest of the season. So there we go. It's written on my chest. And go the Caddies. But yeah, how exciting, my fairly feathered friend. It's great to see you again. And
it's always great to see
for a big
me.
episode.
It's always great to see me. It's always great to see you. We're just great people to be to be seen,
Can we get a few Fenno fun facts flinging around tonight?
We don't have any Fenno fun facts because unfortunately Fenno is no longer fun. He just picks the favourites all the time. It's a problem.
So did he kind of kill the whole thing of it?
Killed the fun of tipping comp by just decimating everybody easily. It was very unfortunate. So yeah,
Fenno fun facts.
Was that a fun fact?
There's a Fenno fun fact for you. There's the first one. So
here's a Fenno fun fact. He actually won the tipping comp, and nothing we say can really change that.
Except for a few terms and conditions.
Except for a few terms, of course. Like, we're gonna try. But yeah. Alright, well anyway.
Looking forward to next season, I must admit. I'm very much looking forward to next season. I've got the hat sitting over there. I didn't feel due to wear it tonight now that the season's over and I'm not the champ anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like the hat's been parked. It had a good year. Had a great year getting around, went to many a town. And yeah, so it's sort of now I'm the former.
Hey, look, if the season is less predictable next year, I think you and me will do a bit better,
I've been working hard, been like big pre-season for me, and I've already started. Some teams, with that extra month in September and a few different focuses. But next year, Daniel Reedy in tips, really strong. I think they'll be right back up there. Well,
yeah.
There's the casual phone message.
You can turn it off now, can't you?
I can, and there it goes.
Lovely.
With the fingernail.
I love this new technology you've discovered.
What, scraping glue out of the phone?
Glue out of the phone silent maker flip button thing. Yeah.
There was a lot in there too.
Jesus. Well, no wonder you could never put it on silent. That was a battle. That was a battle for months, I feel. But we got there. We got there in the end. But yeah, all right, well, without further ado, let's go into last week's games.
Before
Before we get into each individual game, Like, what a round of football overall. Like, every game sort of had that finals feel and was, like, exciting and fun and just, yeah, didn't really know what was going to happen. But yeah, all right, just good footy by all the teams. And yeah, some teams did run away with it a bit in the end. But,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. But still, a lot of good
Well,
footy from a lot of
who
teams.
was your who was your best winner and your biggest loser of the weekend? One and one.
What do you mean? Who I
Or
tipped
who,
or
no, just who was the best or the biggest winner? Like, who do you think's win was the most?
what
Yeah,
impressive?
yeah, and then who was the biggest loser?
I feel like Collingwood because
Yeah, I was going to say the same.
they
Great
had
crowd. They travelled.
exactly. This is the first round of the finals. They haven't particularly been playing that well. Like they've gotten a victory over Melbourne
Yep.
and one other team in the bottom eight or whatever, and then like
But
five or six
committed.
losses.
They were so committed for that game, weren't they? They just
Yeah.
nailed it.
Oh, they locked in.
Right.
I was surprised. That was what an upset. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
that would have been my top one, and
Yeah.
my bottom one probably would have been Cats Brisbane
Oh, Brisbane.
because it's sort of like
So I
yeah,
had Freo, just for the due fact that they had the home final and they came back. You know, they probably should
Yeah.
have pinched it, and that's it. They're out now. You know, after the whole build up and a good run and played good footy to bet the Dogs, and so I just feel like for me they're the biggest loser. Obviously, Brizzy made the fourth, so they get the double chance, but. Yeah, they were a bad lose too, I think, Brizzy. But yeah, Freo. So a couple of big losses there, wasn't there? A
there
couple of
was.
real hurtful losses.
Yeah, no,
bad
that
luck,
was a
Fabs.
painful one.
Shout out to Fabo. I'm sure he's still sulking in the gutter somewhere.
Oh, he's definitely unhappy. He's definitely unhappy.
Yeah.
But yeah, all four of the games this week, pretty good. All right, well, let's go into them individually real quick, shall we? It was Thursday night football at Adelaide Oval. It was Adelaide versus Collingwood. Adelaide 8-7, 55 to Collingwood 11-13, 79. Collingwood by 24 points, 4 goals straight. Reeves, how good was this one to start off?
This was just a high quality game of footy. I mean, Adelaide came to play. I reckon they actually played quite well, especially in the first half. Collingwood got up there a bit, and then Adelaide came right back, and it was a real tussle all the way. And
Was.
you know, I think real hats off to Tex Walker. You know, it was his 300th. He tried his absolute backside off. You could almost say a bit too hard, maybe, because the forward line just wasn't functioning for Adelaide. It just didn't work on the night. They had so many inside 50s in the first quarter, and Collingwood had 12 intercept marks in the first quarter. And the commentators were all over it. They just go,
Yeah.
Darcy Moore's had 6 himself
Darcy
in the
Moore was
first
so
quarter.
good in that back line. He was really the backbone of that defence.
He nailed it, and he had a great night. But it shows that Adelaide just dumb kicked it. If they're putting it up on Darcy Moore's head all night, well,
Yeah, he's going to get it,
You know,
apparently. We saw it.
yeah. So Collingwood, as well as they played, I think Adelaide probably played into their hands a bit, but that was due to Collingwood's pressure. And looking back, I actually watched a lot of the game the next morning because it was on the tally, and I just sat there watching it. And on Saturday morning actually, and I just noticed that under a lot of pressure all the time, Adelaide, when they were going forward. So it wasn't like they had time to sit there and pick and choose an option. It was just kind of get it in there or get tackled. So that's, again, goes back to Collingwood's epic pressure. And they had the highest pressure rating of the season across 4 quarters. So again, they just brought epic. Every time an Adelaide bloke had the ball, it didn't seem like he had much time or space. And
No.
that's finals footy. So go Collingwood. I think they just absolutely earned that. That was I always felt happy for their supporters, you know. Stuff Adelaide, you know, they can get buggered. But the Collingwood supporters, you know, they're a faithful bunch, and they would have travelled over there. And
No, for sure. No, impressive win by Collingwood at the end of the day over, the top of the ladder. You know?
yeah, how funny too that Collingwood were top, but in the end, they went there as the big underdog playing the top of the ladder team. It's
That's
been a
it.
funny old season, isn't it?
That's why I tipped Adelaide, but I didn't put my tips in, so I got Collingwood. Ha ha! W. But yeah, no, it was oh god, like it really was just a good hard game. And Darcy Moore was like right there in the back line all the time. It seemed just
Yeah.
edging him
I
out.
mean,
Those
Collingwood
intercept marks, god damn, they were painful by like half time. It was like, how is Adelaide still in this?
Yeah, that's where they did well. But again, Collingwood always had just a little bit of room, you felt like they were just kind of at least a couple of goals their way all the time, not Adelaide getting up by too much. So they did do just enough to have the power all night, Collingwood, but they used the ball really well. That was the other bit where, you got to kick straight, in finals, it's a thing, and yeah, they just nailed it. So
they just destroyed him in that third quarter. They just destroyed it. Third half, like that's a thing.
Nick Dacos played one of his better games for the year.
He's a gun.
By foot, he's just elite. He actually gets the ball in some of the hardest positions, and somehow he seems to always find a way to be able to use it. I mean, that's becoming the string to his bow, is that he doesn't just get it and kind of hack it out and do all those things a lot. He actually gets the ball, finds a way to get a meter or give it to someone and then potentially get it back.
Yeah.
He's so creative and he sets up so many opportunities. So that's his skill. I mean, a lot of blokes get a lot of the ball, but he's very good with disposal, and it's no wonder his old man was Peter Dacos, who was known as the Great by foot. So hasn't he taught his boys?
He was also known to not be able to kick the ball straight as well.
Yeah, but just some of the drop, like the control with the ball, and over the years, kicking with the old man, they would have
still couldn't kick the ball straight though. That was very funny. Like hit it on every angle, but a normal drop punt, kick it straight, nah, it's just beyond him. But yeah, no, that guy was something special. I had that footy named after him. Remember that footy, and it had like kick it here for this sort of kick, and check side and this side for this, and it's like, all right, cool. Used to love doing the snap back in the day. But yeah, no, look, Dacos brothers
in the season.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Well, that day when we had potential prelim finalists, Hawthorn and Geelong playing.
That's it.
We went down to the Bowie North Oval there, and I saw you snap a few. That was very nice action there on the right foot. So.
Hey, look, I do all right. All right, I do all right. But
if any clubs out there are seeking a 39-year-old,
nothing out of
kind
shape,
of long time retired, a little bit overweight, but like not far off.
Not too far off. I'm a little overweight. It's still all right.
I'd say take an offer. Maybe even a reduced offer, like just a couple of, like 200,000 offer.
Yeah, well, I'll be waiting. Waiting with bated breath.
Yeah. Any clubs out there? Anyone listening? Maybe even VFL? Anyone willing to pay?
Hey, I'd like Fox Footy to hire me and come and do some radios or some podcasts or something for them. Be great. Be fantastic. We'll get there. We'll get there one day, Daniel.
Well, anyone out there listening who needs a tech guru, a podcast, and
hey, look, I can do it all.
Pretty much anything, but for a really good wage. Like, it's got to be a solid wage. We're not doing nothing free here.
No, exactly. And anyway, that was Adelaide versus Collingwood. Moving on to Friday night football at the MCG. It was a Geelong home game. Geelong versus Brisbane. Geelong 16-16, 112. Brisbane 11-8, 74. Man, Steelo. So sad. What do you reckon, Breves?
Oh, mate. I mean, he was sitting right behind me the other night when I said I'm tipping Geelong. I mean, I felt bad because normally when you're chilling with someone, you get on the friend train. But I had to tip Geelong. I mean, their footy, it's just irrepressible at the moment. And they just have a way of leaving teams in their wake once they get on their mojo going. And didn't the 2-goal freebie from the umpires just before half-time there almost shake the game up? Quite an interesting moment in football, when you're getting a double goal free kick for a bloke just getting pushed over once or twice. But in saying that, Geelong dealt with that pressure of that so well. I mean, they went into the rooms at halftime, they decompressed, they came out, they put the foot straight back on the throat.
Yeah.
And where do you start? I mean, Max Holmes, I think you can start with him. I mean, he was just awesome on the night, and you can see the hunger for him single-handedly wants that flag. You know, he goes, I missed out last time. Last year he got injured in the prelim. You know, he's had such a tough trot. Not that they made the granny last year, but he's had a tough trot, and he's absolutely running on top of the ground at the moment. Like, he's just supreme speed and using of the ball.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's just another bloke coming through for them. And, you know, you got guys like Mitch Duncan fringing it, and you got him coming through. You know you're doing well. And for me as well, guys like Close, I think they're just so clean at getting the ball inside 50, and all they have to do is put it out in front of Jezza, whether it by hand or by foot, and, you know, he'll do the rest. And, you know, the big fella, who I can never remember his name very well, but he's playing really well down there, the big fella.
The big fella.
Yeah, he's a great player now. He's become a full staple for him in the forward line there. He's sort of their full forward.
Yep.
I just gone blank on his name again. I was watching him on the weekend going, I'm not going to forget his name on the pod. But he's really killing it now, I'm sure. Every week I can never remember his name, so at least I'm consistent.
Can't you bring up the AFL app on your phone or something?
Because I was watching the game so closely, I'm really digging into these tonight without bringing up the phone.
Okay, all right, fair.
But again, Bailey Smith, bit of a quiet night, but still played quite well. But, you know, compared to Max Holmes and Danger, I thought it was great to see them with him on the bench with 10 minutes to go, that they knew that they had their burst patches out of him, and he just dominated when he was around the ball. He just found space, got the ball clear, was too tough for anyone to tackle. And he is so pivotal for them. He's just like a king or queen piece on the chessboard that they can just use on and off as they want, and you just know you're going to get a peak performance. So, I mean, at the moment, they are just chip stacked, Geelong, and good luck beating them in a prelim if you are Hawthorn or Adelaide.
No, absolutely. Good luck, prick. Not you.
No, but I mean, just Hawthorn and Adelaide. I mean, they got a big challenge ahead of them.
They do.
Even winning this week, knowing that next week they're going to get Geelong, who are rested, who have just dominated Brizzy, and, well, I mean, it doesn't line up easy for the winner this week, but
I don't think it looks good for anybody going up against Collingwood or Geelong.
And then, like,
I think Collingwood and Geelong are probably going to be the finals.
I'd rather be getting Collingwood if I was going to pick one.
But only on past experience. But if you look at their first finals game, like, if they play like that every final, like, that's insane. That's like they just run under pressure. And if they're doing that, geez, them meeting Geelong, that's the matchup I want to see now. I feel like all these other matches are just leading to Geelong versus Collingwood.
I know, right? And that'd just be the biggest grand final since 2011.
Hey, look, there'll be the stripes going up and the stripes going to the side, but
some darker stripes and some lighter tinted blue sort of stripes.
Yeah, just slightly different stripes, but there'll be stripes nonetheless.
Quite a common theme.
But yeah, no, it's look, good stuff, Geelong. Just stepping on Brisbane and just Sorry, Steelo. Hope your neck's fine.
Oh, I mean, tough for Brizzy to cop, but they have responded from big losses this year. The handful of times they've had the few losses where you went, "Ooh, geez, that looked like shit."
Oh, when they lost to Melbourne,
come back. Yeah, it might have been. There was one there. They lost to.
They lost to a couple. Lost to a couple of bad teams.
Maybe Brizzy. Maybe the Doggies. I think maybe got hands on them.
No, I don't think so.
No, they just had these few losses during the year. Maybe when they went to Adelaide. They went to Adelaide, and I think Adelaide handed them their ass, and then they went back home and, you know, just got the job done. So, fire up, Brizzy. They're going to have to make a big comeback now. You know, do it the hard way again, like last year. So I'm sure they're inspired by that.
They can do it. Like, it is possible. See what happens. Yeah. Like, I'd love a dark horse to win. Like, yeah. Oh God, but I just said,
the beauty. Do
I want Geelong versus Collingwood, arguably the two top teams at the moment, like, going by form in last week's games? Like, because they brought, like, the finals footy, like, spirit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like seeing that at the grand final, that'd be good. But I also don't want the most obvious outcome. I want
Geelong,
somebody
Brisbane.
else.
Geelong, Brisbane would be quite a granny. I mean,
Mm.
Brizzy will be running hot, and they will have played, if that grand final lines up, they will have played 3 games at the MCG during finals this year.
Yeah.
How would that be?
Yeah, all right. But look, to tell you the truth, like part of me, I just want Gold Coast or Hawthorn to win.
Gold Coast?
Gold Coast or Hawthorn? It'd be so. It'd be. You don't see it coming. Like even now with like 6 teams left.
Gold Coast is my least favourite team to win the flag this
Yeah,
year.
that's every year until Saints get one. That's for sure.
Yeah, and then they can win as many as they want.
You guys surely aren't going to go through with that. You can't go through with it now.
We're up to 15k this year.
Yeah,
so.
nah, it's insane. It's insane. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't be doing it. You should definitely call it off.
Mate, Saints have come. This is what I told them to recruit hard. I'm like, boys, Gold Coast are on the move. We're going to have to recruit hard now. So they got the orders from me, and they've recruited. They're looking like recruiting quite hard. So
Well, I'm just saying you should call it off now before
all
you
of a sudden the race has heated up. There was a lot of dead years in the race. You know.
Of course, of course.
Yes, it seems to have heated up quite rapidly this season.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, moving on to the next game, shall we? Saturday football at NG Stadium. It was GWS versus Hawthorn. GWS 13-10-88 to Hawthorn 16-11 107. Hawthorn by 19 points. Reeves.
I mean, I've been wearing my Hawks beanie every week. And
Absolutely.
I felt like I was a Hawks supporter this week watching that game.
Yeah, 100%.
I knew that they were going to do that. I just knew it. I just had this great feeling that for some reason the Giants weren't going to be able to peak. I mean, they've been playing good footy, the Giants, don't get me wrong.
They even played good footy on that night. All day.
Yeah. But the consistent theme they've brought is that they have let teams have the head starts all year.
Yeah.
It happened a handful of times really badly, and they've ended up coming back and winning.
Which they almost did here.
Again, this week, they just, by the third quarter, they got it going. But the second quarter really just split the... I mean, the first quarter, I think.
The first quarter, Hawks stopped
The
them.
Hawks were elite. Was it 7 or 6 goals they kicked?
7-2 to 3-2.
And they just ran on top of the ground, and
Yeah.
And then by the second quarter there, they opened it right up and got out to a solid, I reckon, 35, 40 point lead.
Yeah.
And
then the second half of that third quarter, they just saw GWS just fucking bam, bam, bam. I was like, yes, finals footy, let's go. I was very excited.
Yeah, and they got right back to almost level peggings there. And then the
Definitely
Hawks, so that last quarter, that was just great footy again. And what an epic game of footy it was. I mean, the Hawks hard-earned won that, so...
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team. They really gel together, like, as a team.
Yeah.
It's really quite remarkable.
And the good thing they've got going for them is they seem to play... they're in the big games, they really just perform. I mean, there's not like you got a bit of stage fright or go, oh, now we're playing in a big final, we might just... Yeah. Their players relish it more. I mean, the Nuke, he was unstoppable. I mean, I don't know how many touches he had, but he must have had 25 plus. But his toughness in there as well, not just the possessions he's getting, but he sort of brings that little bit of like Dusty vibe. Not quite Dustin Martin, obviously, but you almost can't tackle him, and he gets the ball and he just explodes out of the area. So very effective, the Nuke. I love watching him go about his business, and it might have even been his 100th game on the weekend. So shout out to him too. But he played a ripper. They got the W, and I'm sure they enjoyed themselves for a good 24, 48 hours there, the Hawks.
Hey, he got a goal. He got 17 contested possessions, 32 disposals. The Nuke had a good night. And the W in the final. Unfortunately, Tom Green, 34 touches, 20 contested possessions. But no goals, no win. Sorry, buddy. It's not really a good one for you.
They held him out a bit early, Hawthorn, where he got going later in the game. But early, I feel like him being down a bit really held off their midfield a bit. The commentators mentioned it a few times, how it's been good that they've kept him quiet. But he exploded, obviously, by the 34 you said he had. So a little bit too late, maybe there, but from Tom Green. But yeah, how exciting for Hawthorn fans.
Yeah, look, they're up and about. They're getting some finals. I think they're an underdog, just like Gold Coast. Those two teams are definitely fighting from below. But hey, look, See how we can see how they step up in the finals. Just step up in the finals. It'd be fun. Be
They
exciting.
could
Shake
take
things
it
up.
the other way.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just shake things up. That's all I want. I just
Shake
don't
it
want
up.
something. Yeah, shake it up with some chicken and
Shake it
biscuit.
up like a box of chicken in a biscuit. I mean, shout out to
Absolutely.
our great mates at Chicken in a Biscuit. They just
Your
love
mates.
the pod.
They're your
And
mates.
the amount of pallets of boxes they just dump at my door, I can't thank them enough. In tough times out there in the community for the people, just to be able to have a chicken and biscuit at night, it's comforting. And yeah.
Shouldn't eat while on the show, mate.
What's that? Couldn't hear over the crunch.
Yeah, shouldn't eat on the show, mate. Come on, be professional. Now, look, I want to say, I love this. My pop's got a nice little multi on this one. Just bam, bam, bam into the family betting pot. Got that pot up.
On the fan one, yeah.
Pretty high. Well, hey, look, we're doing pretty good with our family betting.
Yeah, thinking of moving back to Bowie.
Not that good. Oh,
Okay.
But hey, we're positive. We're not in the red, so it's all right for the season. We're doing all right.
Do you know what they say? Positive's not negative.
Well, exactly. That's what they say.
That is what they say.
Yeah, and that was GWS versus Hawthorn. So let's move on to the next game. Saturday night football at Optus Stadium. It was Fremantle versus Gold Coast. Fremantle 12-7-79 to Gold Coast 11-14-80. Reeves. Comeback that never was.
I mean, where do you start? I mean, let's start
At the beginning.
15 years ago.
Oh, not that far.
One of the first selections was a bloke by the name of David Swallow. And, the irony that I was just sitting on the couch watching 360 and Dimmer was chatting to the boys on 360 and he went, you know what, guys, I'm going to give you a little scoop right here, right now. He's going to play. And they all went, what? What, are you just doing that as a goodwill? Or and they go, no, you know what? He's a good player. He's really earned this. This is how good our team is that he hasn't been getting a lot of games, but he's dead set good enough to play. They play him as sub. And who's got the ball in his hands with 9 seconds to go to win the game for the Gold Coast? It's the great man, Mr. D. Swallow himself. So, I just couldn't have been happier for the Gold Coast people that, it showed faith in him, giving him contract after contract the last few years on 1-year contracts, knowing that a bit of heart and soul around the club also goes a long way. You don't all just have to be superstar potential players. And, what a story. And, bad luck for Freo. I mean, you got to feel a bit bad for them here. They came right back at the end there and probably should have pinched it. But Gold Coast, again, the grit and just the belief, I reckon, that they're going to win and they can go far in finals, that they're not just here filling in numbers. I think that went a long way. And, it was a real game to remember, that one, and that's why I feel like Fabs, he'll still be sitting down.
Yeah, you'd be upset.
With his hand over his head, just still not believing what's happened. And it's been days now, Fabber. Like, you got to get over it, mate. Yep. But, I feel your pain, because if that was Saints in a final like that against a team that are new to finals, at your home deck, which is 6 hours away from their joint by plane, I mean...
Yeah.
I'm a bit flat. For Freo.
But the New South Wales teams and the Western Australian teams got knocked out this week. No more representation for Western Australia or New South Wales in these finals games. Goodbye. Now we've got a couple of couple from Queensland. The Queensland teams are going real strong. Wheels should be happy about that.
Oh, he doesn't know who to go for at the moment. He's got his Caps top out, his Gold Coast top out, and he's...
Fair enough.
Probably got his Southport top out.
Maybe.
Probably got a Bowie Sharks top out.
Oh, look, he's just loving it.
MSJFL top out.
He's got 3 teams he can jump on right now.
Sandy Dragons top out. Every other top you can mention that he could possibly bring out.
You should jump him.
A long way away. It's a bit hard from 2,000 kilometres away.
When you go see him, you should go jump him.
Shh. Don't ruin the surprise. I'm just going to rock up. You won't even know I'm coming.
I do not advise that. I do not advise that at all.
Mate, his gate's pretty easy to get in through the back.
Oh, mate, I would. Hey, don't be telling people on the internet that shit. Jesus, we get so many viewers.
What, that he lives in Darwin?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He lives in Darwin. That's right.
Yes,
Definitely lives in Darwin.
Just to let the great man know, it seems like the trip's back on. So I've been on, called it potentially off a couple of weeks ago, and now I still haven't got the flights. It is only a couple of weeks away, but I'm pretty sure I'm back on. So I will be. Well, once I buy the flights, I'll let everyone know. But at the moment, the general thought is to just go again. So I'm thinking of just going. And obviously I am well aware that there's a swimming pool getting built in said facility of tent area, but we'll have to work on some discrepancies where there might be a bit of room. But if not, there's always other places I can stay, Nathan. So
there are some nice hotels.
But I will be there for the pod for the Brownlow / Grand Final day, and let's hope Geelong's there.
Hey, I advise the Sofitel Hotel. It's a really nice place. 5-star resort.
Did they give us a free room?
No, they wouldn't be doing that. You'll be paying. You'll be paying. You'd be paying.
What about last year's success of like the hundreds of people that tuned in?
No, they won't be doing none of that. Sorry, mate. But hey, you can try. Anyway, are we talking about football? Yeah, Freo, too bad. Gold Coast dominated. Rao brought his towel. But yeah.
Oh, Matty Rao bought a great towel, didn't he? It was a big colourful.
He always brings
colourful towel.
And David Swallow just behind to win the game. What an average. Anyway, be happy about it, I guess.
I've got a Fenno fun fact for you.
Give me a Fenno fun fact right now.
They were chatting to Noah Anderson before the game, and they asked for a bit of dirt on Matty Rao. And he said that he likes to wear yellow yoga pants to every game. Like big puffy, those like big puffy ones. And the guys doing the interview actually sort of said, geez, you're looking after him there, aren't you? And then, yeah, that was about it. So I just thought I'd fill you in on that Fenno. I mean, because we don't have many Fenno fun facts to roll with. Cause...
I got one.
What do you got? Is it a good one? Because mine, it was a bit of a barrel scraper. But
here's a fun fact about Fenno. He's dumb. All right, let's move on to the tipping results.
How many years have you known that fact? Have you been holding that off? Or?
No, I love him. I'm only joking. Look, there was so many ways I could take that, all right? I took it to a very simple conclusion. Simple yet elegant insult. That's my comedy.
But how many people move 2,000 kilometers away? Like, dumb move.
Well, I know, right? What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? What about your friends?
Move like one suburb, 2 suburbs, sometimes 5 suburbs away.
No, and he drove up there.
Oh, dumb move. But anyway, we'll get into that another time.
Anyway, tipping results. Fenno, with his genius mind, won the tipping. Just his analytical acumen was just on point this year with his tipping.
It usually is.
Well, not really. Like, he didn't win any of the other years. He's just won this year so far. But he did do it. He did do it by a fair bit.
I feel like he'd be a bit of a one-trick pony. I feel like next year he'll, like me this year, you rock out all, with your sunnies on and you got your cap backwards and you're just thinking you're cool and you're just going to sling out winners and all of a sudden you can be down there quicker than you know, and the arrogance sometimes gets you. So, let's just hope he doesn't fall for that. But it's easy, you're signing autographs while you're down at Coles and all of a sudden Brownie's like, hey, Fenno, and like, you just, like your mind, you forget to put your tips in because you're hanging out with Brownie at bloody Auskick and, it can all happen. I've seen it happen as the best. So,
no, fair enough. Well, look, congratulations, Fenno. Hopefully he falls off next year, makes the comp a bit more interesting. But somehow I think he'll be up there. Although I did think he was going to be up there one of the years and he wasn't. And I was surprised. I was like, oh, Ryan, interesting. But this year clearly dominated. Clearly just head and shoulders above the rest. What can we say? Hopefully falls off next year. Because, yeah, we all want to win again too. Because, I've won one, you've won one, Ryan's won one. Who won the first one?
I think in Mickey.
Was it Mickey?
For some reason.
Oh, well, that one doesn't count. That one doesn't count. It's just you and me, bro. All right. And Ryan's one count. We'll let that one count for
The
now.
first one, when we were here and we handed out the horse head, yeah, that.
I feel like that was a trophy that they won for the quiz at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, that was that. But is in that year? Who won the tips that year?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Maybe it was Mickey, but I
I feel
don't
like
know.
it was Mickey.
Look, we could always go
We'll
back
find
and listen
out.
to that episode.
If one of our listeners out there could let us know who won the very
Yeah.
first tipping comp.
Only on Spotify that episode, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh.
Only on Spotify. But yeah. All right. Well, congratulations, Ryan. You fuck. All right. Let's move on to this week's games.
Dum, dum, dum.
Really need musical cues to move on to the next segments. Maybe that's something I can explore next year.
Well, I could just do my dum 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 all the time.
No, I don't like that. It's dumb.
Well, not everyone's dumb. You can sling that comment around as much as you want, but I'm not falling for it even though I'm wearing this cat's top.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You don't say that.
You look pretty smart.
I'm going to Queensland and I'm going to wear this cat's top. Am I dumb?
I was listening to a podcast the other day and what this guy's going off about this person's the dumbest person in the world. And one of his co-hosts was just like, "You've said that about 5 people this week alone. It's like they just keep getting dumber. All right, the next one's always the dumbest and surpasses the original one." Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you should not throw that insult around that much. It's reserve it. Dumbest person in the world, reserve that one for a special case,
But maybe they are, or maybe he just met this whole bunch in 1 week where he was just like, man, guys, seriously dumb. And then he met this next guy and he's like, Jesus Christ.
It's another one. It's they just keep surpassing my expectations. Yeah, well.
There are some dumb people out there.
Yeah, not us though.
No, not Victorians.
No, we're geniuses, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we don't smell bad.
I don't
Not
smell
unlike
bad.
those New South Welshmen.
I definitely don't smell bad. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just letting everyone know out there that Victorians are good people and don't smell bad.
This is true. Well, look, I'm just going to go with it so I can move the
The
fuck
grass is greener in Victoria too. It's really green.
Hey, that's because we spray paint it.
The water's a bit bluer.
It's because we dye it.
We have less people.
It's because we kill them.
We're a real hardy place.
Yeah, it's a lovely place. Come. Well, let's move into this week's games, shall we? We've only got 2 games this week, Reeves.
Oh well, let's get into them.
And first one is Friday night football at Adelaide Oval. It is Adelaide versus Hawks. Reeves, who you got for this one?
I'm having a real conundrum on both the games. I mean, I've really settled on the other one, but this one in particular, I mean, I'm going to tip Hawthorn and just be one-eyed about it because stuff Adelaide again, and I want to see him go out in straight sets. But if I'm really judging the way the game's going to pan out, I'm a bit worried as a Hawks supporter. I think that they are stacked with some very good players and some manpower with Phil Thorpe and these sort of blokes. So they're going to back themselves to just be able to just beat Hawthorn up. You know what I mean? Let's just go bloody hard. And if this is our season on the line, well, let's go down swinging effectively. And guys like Tex Walker and that, they won't go down wondering. And I just think Adelaide have a huge punch to throw here. But does it counter Hawks, who have just proven time and time again that they're ready for it and they love the stage? So it's a corker of a game. Let's note that early.
No, absolutely.
But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see Adelaide win this year by, even a comfortable 2+ goals. I mean, Hawks showed a big flat patch there during the third quarter when the Giants slammed on something like 6 or 7 goals in about a 10-minute period of footy. And, that's concerning, I reckon, for the coaching staff of Hawthorn there, that they went so hard and they were a bit bombed out there for a bit. And Adelaide are going to prey on that. They've been really good at locking teams down and being relatively defensive for periods of game, knowing that in the last quarter we'll put the foot down and that's when we'll get it done. So I reckon that might be the model that they're looking for this week and trying to really restrict Hawthorn. I mean, they got a lot of easy goals last week against the Giants, which I think a team that's really on isn't, they're going to have the extra guy back. They're going to be really ready for the cheap goals, let's say. So there'll be nothing easy for the Hawks this week. And it's going to be a lot tighter of a game than what the Hawks opened up that one last week.
Mm.
And I'm going to back them in here by 5 points.
Yeah, look, I could see that happening. Really, last week showed me, can Adelaide play under pressure? This is finals.
There's a lot of pressure on them here, hometown.
Like, did they get smacked by Collingwood because Collingwood were firing on all cylinders, or did they get smacked by Collingwood because Collingwood were doing all right and they just did not show up? Now, it's hard to say they did not show up because I did see a lot of good football there by Adelaide last week. It was like a situation where, yeah, all right, Collingwood's just a bit better. I'm gonna have to go Adelaide. They're better. They shouldn't be going out straight sets for that's for sure.
Not at all.
The minor premiers going out straight sets. Get out of here. All right, Saturday night football, the final game of the round. Brisbane versus Gold Coast at the Gabba. Reeves, who you got?
Well, isn't this just such a battle? I mean, Brisbane here, they've just got to push the little brother aside, I feel. I mean, that's the only thing I'm going off on this game. I think Gold Coast are going to go in full of beans and they're really going to give this a red-hot crack. Brizzy just a bit more seasoned, and it's been a long run for Gold Coast here too. So, I mean, they're not very bung up at the moment. They've got a very good picture of health, and it's going to be a tough game for Brizzy to win, but I just think they're going to be able to pull the chips out and get the business done. I mean, they're a super experienced team, and I think Lachie Neale being out, as big a loss as it is, and as clean as he is with the footy, they'll be able to cover him a lot. I mean, he plays that bit of inside role where he really just looks to handball a lot, and he's obviously an important player, don't get me wrong, but I think they're going to look to put speed on the game this week, and he doesn't exactly bring a ton of speed, so it won't hurt him. If anything, it might inject him a bit more, because when he went off the ground there when he did his calf again, they looked a bit quicker and they moved the ball, and they actually got Geelong on the ropes just for 5 minutes right at the end there, where for a minute you thought maybe they'll sneak back into this. But Brizzy's best is still bloody good, and it's going to be tough for Gold Coast to stick with them. So I'm going to go Brisbane by 11 points.
Lovely. All right, well, I'm actually going to go Gold Coast. I think they'll
I hope they win too.
Get the upset. Brisbane go out straight sets, shocking the AFL world. But I just see Brisbane just not getting the job done, because they're very patchy. They could absolutely roll up. Like, I'm not saying it's not Brisbane are the favourites, but man, they sometimes just can't get it done, and they couldn't. Last week was an example, and this week could be an example too. So yeah, I'm gonna back Gold Coast, because they've got a good side. Come on, Gold Coast, get some W's.
Look, they do as well, and just Brizzy got schooled by a bloody good team last week though, and that's half the battle. When I think it's easy to look at Brisbane's form line there and go, oh geez, they got beaten up a bit.
Yeah.
But comparing oppositions, Geelong are doing it at the highest end in the comp, so can Gold Coast match? They're going to have to play well to beat them, let's put it that way. But they're definitely a chance, aren't they? I mean, good luck. Does that mean we've gone different on both tips?
Yep.
Oh, what a week. We should have a slight wager for next week's pod. Maybe one of us would have to do a certain something if, based upon... So if we get one each, it's a draw.
Yeah.
But if one of us gets both of them right compared to the other person, we could have like a little said wager. We can think about it and get back to the viewers next week with this result.
No, I feel like we need to put the stipulations right now. How about the winner gets referred to as master?
Master
for one podcast. No, just Master. Like Master Reeby.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be Master Norman or Master Nathan.
I've got a strong feeling with the Hawks and with Brisbane. Yeah, I like it. So, all right, yeah, Master Reeby it'll be.
Or no, mate, it'll be Master Norman.
I got a feeling we'll have a draw.
Yes, Master Norman.
One tip each.
Yeah, that'll be...
That's
probably what it's going to... Look, it's probably going to be Adelaide and Brisbane just dominating.
How about we put this out there for the listeners that if it's a draw, anyone likes to join us next week on the pod, we may refer to them as master, maybe just once during the pod.
I doubt it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But you've got a gentleman's wager, my friend.
Oh, it's on.
It's on. All right. Well, yeah, battle for the Q Bridge. We'll see who comes out on top. It's a winner for Queensland footy.
For footy
representing.
In general.
WA's knocked out. New South Wales is knocked out. Queensland's left.
I feel like Brisbane Broncos are in the finals. I'm not sure if the Gold Coast Titans are, but it's interesting on the NRL versus AFL demographic at the moment. I mean, AFL at the moment, they say it's on the back page, front page of the papers, which is a big deal up there. So,
yeah, I don't know anything about NRL, so I'm going to stick with the AFL, if you don't mind.
Oh, look, it's a whole different
it's a
game.
whole different thing. I don't even know about it. I know about AFL, all right?
But no, they're not in the finals, the Gold Coast Titans. So, yes, it is very AFL-eccentric at the moment up on the Gold Coast.
Never heard of the Gold Coast Titans before. I don't even think they're a real team.
Oh, you're such a football stickler, aren't you? AFL stickler.
I am such a code guy. I'm such a code guy.
That's why you are all for footy
all
in
for
AFL
footy.
representation.
Just AFL, though. That's it. Not soccer. Not NFL. Not rugby. AFL. That's it. All right, well, let's move on to closing thoughts, Mr. Daniel Reevy. Give us some closing thoughts.
I'm so excited about next year's World Cup for the soccer. Obviously it's in America, sort of through Mexico and South America. So it's going to be quite a big World Cup. I mean, it's exciting. It's 10 months out, but it's already a buzz, But, just thinking about all other footballs while we're out there. I mean, Frankston on the weekend. I mean, what a marvellous performance from a town that over the years has just copped such a bad rap of an image. People speak of Frankston in such lowly terms. And
absolutely.
I feel like on the weekend, the result against Casey being Melbourne Football Club, such a highly spoke about prestigious club, and Frankston just put their foot on their throat and absolutely rubbed it in. And this could lift the reputation and the rapport of the area just single-handedly, just that one result. I think people are just going to be like, oh my God, Frankston, but how good's the footy team like? Because the footy team's good. Must be a good place. So yeah, well done to Frankston on the weekend. I mean, single-handedly adding hundreds of thousands of dollars to all the house properties in the area. And
good for them.
It's now a big deal. They're in the prelim final, heading up to take on Southport Sharks this weekend. And what a game it's going to be. I mean, Southport obviously going straight through to the prelim after a great round one win in the finals. And, they're going to be pretty tough to beat up there, I think. They've really got the work cut out, but the boys are going up there full of muster, and they're really going to put in one big effort, I feel, and in good conditions. It's meant to be great weather, and you just don't know. So Southport obviously in the granny last year and couldn't get the job done. They're going to be hungry to go one further this year, so it's going to be a tough assignment. But we'll be hoping that all Gold Coast local people will be heading to the game just in support of local footy and VFL footy in a different state.
100%. All right, well, let's move on to my closing thoughts. I like how you snuck in. You're talking about the World Cup, and then you moved to Frankston.
Yeah,
you got two for one closing thoughts.
And also Hallam on the weekend.
A third one.
Rocket Johnson winning the reserves grand final there in the Division 4 Southern League reserves grand final, and popped down there. Got there in the last quarter. Did manage to see the famous Rick Parker there. Didn't get his autograph because I didn't have a texter on me. But all the little boys that we had with us almost did get absolutely incapacitated by a few flying footies that came into the crowd. And there was a few real close misses. And that was a little bit hairy for a second, should I say. But, what a day just to see Rocket Johnson lift the cup there. And bad luck to Jim Bob Parker, who obviously is a close friend of the pod. And Jim Bob was out there trying hard on the day. couldn't lift the cup for the boys and didn't kick enough sausage rolls, Jim Bob. So
Yeah, well, didn't he betray the Kangas?
he did leave his home
Yeah,
club
so
in the mid-season.
we need to remember that because Rick talks about it a bit. So
Yeah, so he said he had a vibe that they were going to make the granny, so he went to that team and they made the granny. They lost, so bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
There's
anyway, let's move on to my closing thoughts. My closing thoughts is Fortnite Friday, this Friday, at Nobot E's YouTube channel. Come check it out. You want to jump in to some Fortnite and play with Nobot E, the streamer himself? Go for it. He does open up his team to just about anybody that requests. So, yeah, go check it out Friday night. Nobot E YouTube channel. Go for it.
Join in.
And yeah, other than that, oh Jesus, All for Nothing's coming up soon.
It is big All for Nothing.
Big All for Nothing. Got some plans. Got some things I want to show you.
Can we discuss it all as well? Our plans for next year's footy tipping competition.
Are we?
On the side. It's just a potential side competition of a game that I like to call match play footy tipping.
Okay.
And what happens is at the start of the year, you're in normal tips as well, right? And you just do your tips during the year as per normal.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is if you're in the match play footy tipping competition, we're going to take a side competition where you're a team. You can name your team if you want, or you can just be by your team name being your name. Yeah. Very boring. And you play a fixture where we'll draw up you versus someone else in the competition across all rounds of the season. And at the end of the year, there's a ladder by wins and losses because you only play head-to-head against that one person in the round, and it's however many tips you get. So there will be a lot of draws where you'll just get the same amount of tips. But obviously a win will be big, and it could push you up the ladder to then playing in finals, because that's what we all strive for, is playing in the finals. And at the end of the year, there'll be obviously 2 people left in the grand final that'll go head-to-head, and I feel like the higher-ranked player should win, should there be a draw. If both teams are tipped the same. So there's lots of intrigue and interesting moments to come with it, but that well and truly will be running in next year's All for Footy. So one to keep an ear out for when you're chatting to the hosts and asking Ruby for $1 and out there meeting the people amongst the community.
You've given out thousands of dollars over the year. That was a very poor decision you made announcing that on the podcast.
Let me just say that there is a 0 attached to the amount of dollars I've given out this year. I mean, I won't tell you how many zeros.
There's been a few. There's a few zeros. But yeah, no, look, it was a bad decision for you to put that offer out there. But hey, look, we all make mistakes and we learn and we grow. So that is what it is. But yeah, look, lots of discussion for next year, but lots of discussion for this year. Lots of discussion for All for Nothing. All right, which I want to bring it back to. All right, got some shit I want to show you, bro. It's gonna blow your mind. Just you wait. All right, well, I think that will just about do us here at All for Footy. And we're out. Wave to the camera, Reeby. Right, Reeby, why aren't you waving the camera? Stop! You're just staring. What are you doing?
I can't move my arm.
Oh, buddy. Sad.